Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
A continuación, Voces en Acción, el programa comunitario que informa a la comunidad latina. Voces en Acción, la verdad en acción. Voices in Action, the truth in action. Now, con ustedes, Jenny Ibarra.
Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, donde quiera que está. Gracias por escucharnos hoy día, por estar con nosotros nuevamente y por tomar su tiempo para que Voces en Acción se mantenga dándole la información correcta respecto a nuestra comunidad de Montgomery, en Conroe y en los Estados Unidos y todo lo que es en los Estados Unidos y en el mundo. Hoy tengo el placer de tener conmigo una organización que viene a promover los valores de asistencia a aquellas personas, sobre todo a las mujeres que están necesitando ese impulso para poder empoderecerse y llegar a ser lo que son, lo que necesitan ser en su vida. Hoy tengo a una organización con el nombre de Coggins-Chief. Hoy vamos a tener la oportunidad de hablar con la señora Lorena García, es directora, ella es miembro de la junta directiva, y el señor Justin Coggins, que es un director de la organización, es parte clave de la fundación que se encarga en asistir a las mujeres. Déjenme ver si puedo conseguir el website para que puedan ver un poquito de lo que significa Coggins-Chief. Today, and I'm going to now address my American people, my people over there. I have the honor or the pleasure of having with us Coggins-Chief. Coggins-Chief, and I have to say good afternoon, good day, good morning, wherever you are. Jenny Rosales, again, from Voces en Acción, giving you the latest information. Coggins-Chief is an organization that is dedicated in the area of Texas to provide assistance to women in need. How do they do this? I'm going to show you through the interlink with the viewings of what is it that Coggins-Chief does for the woman in this country, in this city. I'm sorry. We had, after that, you'll see the interview that I had with Lorena Garcia, which is the director, one of the board of directors members, and then Justin Coggins, which he is the director of the program. Behind me, if you can see directly, Coggins-Chief was founded for reliable rides. That means what they do is they get donations from everyone within the county, in the city, that would love to donate a car that is in good condition and that is able to be fixed. So a woman that is either a widower or a domestic violence woman or a mother of single mothers are able to have a reliable transportation. As you know, here in Texas, we do not have transportation and buses in certain areas. So for us, cars are a necessity, not a luxury. Quiero que sepan que Coggins-Chief es una organización que fue fundada específicamente para ayudar a darle carros a mujeres que sean viudas, mujeres en violencia doméstica y mujeres con niños que son madres solteras. ¿Para qué? Para que esas mujeres puedan tener una transportación en el estado de Texas de acuerdo con todos los requisitos y que puedan subsistir con sus familias y puedan ayudarse a sí mismas. Coggins-Chief fue fundada para ayudar y asistir, y hoy tendremos, como digo, la conversación con Lorena García y con el señor Justin Coggins, que él va a estar explicando lo que significa, cómo se fundó, cómo se hizo, qué es lo que hay. En el website de nosotros tenemos cómo pueden aplicar cómo pueden donar su vehículo. Donate vehicle, right there in the top, the donate vehicle, If you want to donate the vehicle, you click on the line. Si quiere donar su vehículo, clique en la parte de arriba. Como digo, es www.cogarage.org. Y ellos puede aplicar para voluntariarse también. Puede aplicar en línea para si usted necesita un carro. Si usted es una mujer soltera que ha pasado por problemas, que no tiene cómo, que no sabe cómo salir adelante con sus hijos y necesita transportación, ellos le pueden ayudar a conseguir un carro. Hay una lista de espera. Eso quiero que sepan, que en estos momentos hay una lista de espera y hay alrededor de 50 o 60 carros en el lote que están siendo trabajados por voluntarios. Can you click on the volunteer part of it? En la parte de voluntarios, usted puede, si usted es mecánico, si usted quiere trabajar su tiempo de voluntariado, por favor, necesitan mecánicos que quieran voluntariarse y ayudar. Ellos le ayudan, la satisfacción es ver que pueden reparar un carro para una persona que realmente lo necesite. También, jóvenes, si ustedes quieren aprender de técnicas de cómo reparar un carro, esta es una oportunidad muy grande. Usted puede agarrar e irse y apuntarse como voluntario y ir a ver cómo ellos reparan los carros. I'm letting everybody know, if you are a mechanic and you're needing time, you have time extra, or you own a body shop, or you own your own mechanic company. If you have time and you have time to invest in the community, you can help God's Garage. Why? Because they're needing you. They're needing anybody that will volunteer, anybody that will give their time to fix those 40-something or 64-something cars that are in the lot right now, because there are women lists that are waiting for the repairs. If you want to donate parts, you can also go to Help Resources. You can go in the top. It will tell you all the people that they're doing on the, that are working with them, that are needing in the areas that are donating things and providing the assistance. Then go back to the main page again. They have there's a I think there's a area where it says if you want to donate your I think about more staff, donating. Okay. If you want to donate, it'll show you how to do that. If you want to donate parts as well. For example, Go Garage is needing equipment. They're needing equipment. So if you are willing to donate money for equipment or donate equipment that you're not using in your shops, please talk to Go Garage. They're needing that. Si usted tiene un grupo de mecánica, usted es dueño de una mecánica y usted quiere voluntariarse, puede hacerlo. Si necesita ayudar, se necesita gente que ayude. Si usted quiere donar equipo que usted no esté utilizando en su shop, por favor, llámelos, ellos lo toman, ellos lo necesitan herramientas porque van voluntarios todos los días. Para nosotras mujeres, for us women, that we're applying for, that we're trying to do, what we can do is that every Wednesday, todos los miércoles, le dan comida al staff que está trabajando en la reparación de carros. La gente puede cocinar y llevar comida y ayudar a los que están trabajando en los carros. Donar un día de lunch, un día de comida para que esa gente puedan recibir comida y puedan comer sin tener que salir y puedan compartir como grupo. If you want to do something as one of your goals to help the community, you can go and contact Go Garage. On Wednesday, they're feeding their staff. You can call them and you say, something, this Wednesday I'm cooking for the whole staff. How many people are there? And you take the food over there and they will kindly appreciate it. Remember, these are volunteers in Montgomery County that are trying to do the best so women like us can have a better living. And I will have to say this, it is important. Why? Because the progress of us is the progress of our children, and our children are the future of this country. Quiero decir esto claramente, el progreso de cada madre soltera, de cada madre que está en necesidad, que está en violencia doméstica, que ha salido a la calle, el progreso de esa mujer es el progreso de sus hijos, y los hijos son parte de esta comunidad y van a ser los futuros líderes de esta comunidad. Así que por favor, ayuden. Thank you so much today for listening to us, for paying attention to God Garage. Again, www.godsgarage.org. Contact them, call them. Please involve yourself in this organization, which is great. And I will let you listen to our conversation with Lorena and with Mr. Justin. And have a great day. Gracias por escucharnos. Lorena García y el señor Justin de Go Garage ahorita mismo vienen con nosotros. Bye bye.
Voces en Acción, el programa comunitario que informa a nuestra comunidad latina. Usted puede apoyarnos con su patrocinio, informando, promoviendo y ayudando a nuestra comunidad. ¿Tiene algún comentario? ¿Quiere hablar con nosotros? Podemos escucharle y ayudarle. Llámenos ahora al 832-732-4744. 832-732-4744. Voces en Acción, la verdad en acción. 832-732-4744.
Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, donde quiera que usted esté. Nuevamente aquí con ustedes, Jenny Rosales, con Voces en Acción. Good afternoon, good day, wherever you are in the world. Hey, Jenny Rosales again with Voces en Acción, giving you the latest information about everything that is going on in our community, in Conroe, in Montgomery, and all over the world right now at this point, because this world is going crazy. So we have to keep you informed. It's a pleasure having you, but today I have the pleasure and the honor as well of having one of the most wanted garages here in Texas. I have the pleasure of having with me Mr. Justin Coggins, am I right?
Yes, correct.
And then Ms. Lorena Garcia. Mr. Coggins is the executive director of God Garage, and Ms. Lorena is one of the board members. We're going to be talking to them about everything that they're doing for the most needed persons here in our community. Hoy estamos muy felices porque tenemos la presencia de una compañía que se encarga de dar un poquito de Dios a aquellas personas que necesitan. Y tuve la oportunidad de hablar con Lorena García, que está con nosotros hoy, una de las board members, y el señor Justin Coggins, que es el director ejecutivo de God Garage. Se llama El Garaje de Dios. ¿Y por qué se llama El Garaje de Dios? Ahora vamos a averiguar todo eso, vamos a preguntarles, vamos a inyectarnos del amor que esta gente tiene para nosotros y para que ustedes sepan de que sí hay gente que ayuda y sí hay gente que da. Thank you, Justin.
Yes, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I went through your webpage. So
yes.
I'm not Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
But I can do it better than her.
Hey, yeah, that's fine.
It was an amazing. I went through the whole thing.
Yes.
I got speechless after I finished seeing your website.
Right.
It's amazing the type of work that you guys do, and kudos in behalf of my community, in behalf of the whole world, because you guys are there helping women like me, like Lorena, like a lot of people that are there on the outside that are struggling to make a life better for themselves and for their kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So God Garage, as most of you know already, they take beat up old cars and they bring them to new life, and they give them to women, widows that are from the Army or Navy or one of our, the militaries.
That's right.
They give it to women that are coming from shelters after being domestically abused. Yes. They give it to women that are needing, people that are low income, that are needing to raise their kids. Can I ask you a question? You guys do the same thing for men or no?
No.
You haven't dedicated for men yet, am I right?
No.
Because
we do get asked, but no.
I do have to ask you that. That's one of the questions I was going to ask you.
No.
How do you guys created this?
So back in 2010, our founder, who loved working on cars and always piddling with things, decided he was going to build a garage on the side of his home. And God's Garage wasn't even thought of at the time. He just liked, fixing cars. And he was actually a pastor at a local church. And one evening, you know how busy 105 is here.
Yes.
I mean, the cars, the traffic is just too much.
Exactly.
And so he was driving back from church one evening, and there was a lady and two kids on the side of the road walking. And so for him, he was like, hold on, it's dark. There's a mom and 2 kids. What's going on here? So he stops, asks if he can help, and come to find out she had a vehicle. It was in the shop being repaired, but she could not afford to get the vehicle out of the shop. So it was just sitting in there. So he decides, look, we got to do something about this. And so right there in that very moment, that's when the Single Mothers was birthed. Exactly at that point. And then he was like, hey, you know what? We're doing God's work. And so then God's Garage came about. Single moms, they got the vehicle out, started working on that, and got her back on the road. And then it just snowballed from there and grew. And then
into what it is right now.
So 2010, it went from being a part of a house to moving to another location off 2854, a big garage. And then 2019, we purchased 13 acres.
13 acres?
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, it was a blessing of the Lord. We had no way. I mean, we didn't have finances for it.
13 acres?
That's a lot.
That's
Yes.
a lot.
And it's right here on the east side.
Ok, ustedes tienen que escuchar esto. Les pregunto cómo comenzó God's Garage. Y me dicen que fue el señor, creo que se llama James, el señor, ¿verdad? El fundador. ¿Cómo se llama el fundador? What's the name of the founder? Chris. I'm sorry, Chris. El señor Chris, el fundador de God's Garage, estaba saliendo, él es pastor, estaba saliendo de una reunión, iba camino, me supongo para su casa en la noche, y ve en el medio de la calle a una señora con 2 niños caminando. Él se para a preguntar qué pasa, si los puede ayudar o algo, porque era la noche y estaba lloviendo.
Sí,
o sea, y ellos le dice, no, estoy camino, que estoy bien. Dice, pero ¿sabe qué, señora? ¿Por qué no tiene carro? Dice, no tengo carro porque el carro se me dañó, tengo 3 semanas de tenerlo en el taller, pero no puedo pagarlo porque no tengo la plata para pagarlo. Y en ese momento, el Señor le abrió las puertas a este señor para que creara esta fundación. Esta fundación comienza en el 2010 y en el 2019 ya él comenzó a crearlo en su propio garaje, en su propia casa. De allí se muda a un local pequeño y ahora han comprado 13 acres. En esos 13 acres tienen un taller grandísimo. Tienen carros que van donando todo el tiempo y los van arreglando. I'm telling them, in those 13 acres, you have a bunch of cars and they're fixing them and you're trying to give it. I heard your list is about 2,000 people, am I right?
It's a little bit less than that now.
Now? Okay.
Yeah, but yes, it's
you
still
guys gave
extensive.
about 100 and something cars last year.
That's right.
I imagine in this year is even heavier than the amount.
Yeah, so last year we gifted 100 vehicles. We also repair cars.
That's what I heard too.
Yes.
I was going to go that next.
Yeah. So we gave away 100 cars. We repaired 60. So this year our goal is to give away 130 cars and repair close to 100 if we can. So.
El año pasado recibieron donaciones. Ellos reciben donaciones de los carros usados. Repararon y donaron 100 carros. Además de que ellos reparan los carros de personas, de mujeres que no tienen con qué pagar las reparaciones. Ellas van ahí y dicen, señor, no tengo con qué pagar las reparaciones. Y mire, ellos le ayudan. Se ponen una lista, pero te ayudan para reparar tu carro. Entonces, tienen... the other thing I know, all your mechanics are volunteers.
Yes. They are.
Incredible. And I know, too, that you guys feed your volunteers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I am very well into everything.
Are.
And eventually I'm going to try to see if I can, one of those days, I'm able to pitch in for a lunch for you guys.
Yes, come
because
on.
Because basically it is God's work.
It is. Yes.
Lorena, how you got involved with this?
El fundador fue el que quería que... Eran puros hombres en la junta directiva. Uh-huh. Y él quería que se involucrara una mujer que no solo sea una madre soltera, pero que también sea una líder en la comunidad. Entonces me invitó porque yo a él lo conocí cuando tuvo una presentación en el Club de Leones.
Okay.
Y yo le pregunté a él si tomaban voluntarios para adolescentes, que fuera un adolescente a aprender. Como madre soltera, yo no tengo esa capacidad de enseñarle a mis hijos de cómo arreglar un carro, cómo cambiar una llanta. Entonces, empecé a llevar a mi hijo de 14 años en ese entonces. Uh-huh. Y así fue como los conocí, como supe de la organización. Porque yo no necesitaba un vehículo, pero yo le dije a al señor Chris, yo no necesito vehículo, pero sí necesito ayuda con mi hijo, que le enseñen a cómo reparar y cómo cambiar una llanta de los coches.
Cosas básicas.
Sí, y créeme que aprendió bastante a los 14 años.
La pregunta con Lorena era que cómo se involucró en esto. And the question I just asked Lorena, it was how she got involved. And she had a car, she had no issues. The thing is, she wanted to volunteer herself and teach her son.
That's right.
She has kids. She has 4 boys. So she wanted to get her kids to know, since she was a single mom, how to fix a tire, how to know if it's a brake issue, things like that. So she talked to Mr. Chris, and Mr. Chris just helped her aboard into her in the board. It's just, she's one of the board members of the community of the Gus Garage, and
So ya tengo ¿qué? 5 años en la organización.
5 years as a board director. Wow,
Yes.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. So basically, you guys, how can somebody? Okay, what is the process about donating a car to start with? Because I know I have a lot of people that may be interested of, I want to help, I want to pitch in, and they have cars. Especially, there's a lot of people that die and they leave their cars, and they just, I have an extra car in a car. Just go ahead and donate that, and I know it's tax exempted as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the best way to do it. So we only have 5 employees actually on
Employees,
staff.
on staff.
Employees. Everyone else is volunteers. So the best way to handle that is through our website, which is godsgarage.org.
Okay.
And so they can go on there, and if they are interested in, donating a vehicle or donating funds, either way, they can go on there, find that donate button, click on that, and it gives them all the information. They can schedule the appointment. They don't have to talk to anybody. Everything is right there on the website, and it makes it super easy to schedule an appointment. And once it's scheduled, our volunteers will go out and pick up that car on that scheduled date. And as long as they have a title and the keys to the car, we'll come pick it up, and then they will receive a tax donation, exempt for that.
At the year. Okay, le pregunto cómo una persona puede voluntariarse. O sea, hay personas en nuestra comunidad, muchos de nosotros hemos perdido un familiar que ha muerto y tiene un carro extra que no lo está utilizando. Si usted es una de esas personas, mediante el website, ellos tienen nada más 5 personas trabajando en el staff. Automáticamente las demás son voluntarios. Ellos se comunican, mediante el website sería www.godsgarage.org. Se meten y automáticamente ven, y usted llena el formulario completamente y usted da su información y dice, hasta saca el appointment para que ellos van directamente, levantan su carro, mientras que el título esté limpio, y mientras que tengan las llaves, ellos le levantan el carro gratis y no le cobran nada. Vamos a hablar sobre otra faceta. I'm going to talk about another phase. I'm going to talk about the repairs. And I love it because that's where people can get really involved. I saw that we can donate parts.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm informed.
You did your homework.
Yeah, you did.
So basically, you guys put in your website, and I've seen it, and I loved it. How people can just go ahead and give you $25, $30 or whatever, or go to AutoZone and buy 20 belts or whatever it is,
That's
and
right.
just boom, donate it to you guys.
That's right.
Because that will be helpful for a car that is needing it. You know what I mean? How you guys got to that conclusion? Because I imagine you have a bunch of those.
Oh yeah, you can imagine we get cars from 20 years old, 25 years old. So you can imagine all of those parts on those cars are probably original or haven't been changed in a long time. So instantly when we get those cars and they check them, because we do an 85-point inspection on them, then that's when, the mechanics are like, hey, we need these parts. And so what happens is we reach out to the community, we put it on our website so we can help, get these cars fixed and repaired without having to carry the whole burden ourselves. We can actually get the community to chip in, and every little bit helps. I mean, $10, $15, $25, $30, everything matters for those cars.
How many cars do you have right now sitting in your lot? Because I imagine you have a bunch of them without being repaired.
Yeah, so we have probably 40 on the lot right now.
Wow.
And they're at different stages. So some that are going to be gifted. Every day we receive cars that need to be repaired, and so it's all over the board, and we could use all the help. Anyone's be willing to give
And
us.
volunteers, we are always in need of volunteers,
Yeah.
especially
Exacto.
if they know how to work on vehicles.
Exactly. I need to talk to one of my mechanics. I know that he's a good friend of mine. He owns his own shop. I'm going to tell him, can you volunteer once in a while?
Yeah.
Because that's something, he's a good mechanic. He's an amazing mechanic. And he knows how to do his deal. So even though he works with another type of cars, but still, once in a while donating his time, I'm pretty sure he will say yes. Because his knowledge is so vast and he has a lot of people experience. Yo lo que creo que estamos hablando ahorita mismo de todas las necesidades de Go Garage. Go Garage tiene en su webpage también una parte. Ellos, además de que te dan el carro a las mujeres con necesidades, también reparan los carros, ¿ok? Reparan los carros que llegan. Una mujer que necesite un carro reparado y no tenga los plata, los fondos. Entonces, necesitan partes, ¿ok? Entonces, la comunidad lo que hace es donar las partes. Cada pieza puede costar $25, como $5, como 10, dependiendo. Un generador puede costar mucho dinero, como puede nada más ser un cambio de una bujía. O sea, todas esas pequeñas cosas que usted tenga extra en su casa, que no las utilice para su carro, que estén en buenas condiciones, dónela a Go Garage. ¿Por qué? Porque ellos la usan en carros. Tienen 40 carros en estos momentos en el lote. Y no se dan basto para arreglarle. Y tienen una lista de mujeres esperando un carro. Si esos 40 carros se arreglan, señores, muchos de ustedes y sus familias son beneficiadas. Sobre todo las señoras que me escuchan, que tienen niños pequeños, que no tienen acceso a nada, que quisieran tener un transporte. Porque aquí en Texas, erróneamente, aunque la gente no lo piense, un carro no es un lujo, un carro es una necesidad. Right. I'm just telling them, basically, they're seeing me. Some of them, they're looking at me, they're knowing, they're women that are in our positions that we were before. We came from domestic violence, we have kids, we grow, they're needing a car, they can communicate. But I'm telling them, man, if you guys have parts in your house, because sometimes I notice that, for example, in my case, my partner, he buys extra bulbs or things like that and tools that he's not using. Yes. He can grant those to you guys because you guys will be able to use them. Absolutely. So I tell him, the more you guys are receiving, the easier to get those 40 cars out. Yes. So 40 women are able to receive cars. That's right. So you guys will be able to receive more into it.
That's right.
Cuando quieren donar los carros, si usted tiene un carro viejo que esté dañado, no importa que esté dañado, ellos lo pueden agarrar y lo arreglan. Si está en buenas condiciones, por favor, dónenlo. Eso lo puede al final de año en los taxes hacer un tax exemption sobre el título de ese carro o sobre eso y el gobierno no lo taxea y automáticamente tiene eso de libre de taxes, ¿ok? The other thing I saw too, and I saw too, you guys moved to a bigger facility.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are needing equipment.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So, yes.
I want to talk to my friend Mario. Mario, can you hear me? I need equipment for Go Garage. Okay.
Yes. Come on, Mario.
Mario is a good friend of mine. He owns a beautiful network. He has his own garage and stuff. Yeah. And I know that there's mechanics out there that have tools and things that they do not use.
Yes.
They can grant that to you guys as well.
Yeah, okay? Absolutely.
Is that free of taxes as well?
Yes, that's a tax write-off as well. So whatever they bring in, they'll be assigned a value. They can tell us what the value of that item is, and then we can give them a tax write-off for that. So,
sí, si usted tiene un taller de mecánica, y me estoy hablando que está en español, y un montón de mecánicos que hay afuera que me pueden escuchar, y usted tiene toda clase de herramientas que no está utilizando, que ya se quiere deshacer de ellas porque no las necesita, porque tiene las nuevas y se puede dar ese lujo. Por favor, no las bote. Llame a Go Garage. Usted le dice, ¿sabes qué? Esta me costó $100, esta cuesta $40, esta cuesta $30, lo que usted quiera recibir. Ellos le hacen un write-off. Significa un impuesto libre para su compañía, donde dice que usted donó el equipo usado a Go Garage y Go Garage lo recibe y lo utiliza. ¿Por qué? Porque hay un montón de voluntarios que son muchachos que me fascina porque lo vi, contratan a muchachos jóvenes y los enseñan a trabajar también en el carro. Así que se van entrenando los muchachos y los adultos están viendo y es una familia tan bonita. Okay, what was your experience? You guys went to Kelly Clarkson's show.
Yeah, I didn't get to make it on that trip.
I know, I didn't say you, but I saw.
But from that point on, that show really brought God's Garage out into the public big time. I mean, once that show came out, we were getting calls from all over the state, all over the nation. people wanting cars and then some wanting to help and donate. And so at that point, yeah, it just really, really grew.
Hey,
big time.
wherever you are in the United States, if you want to ship to us
Yes.
any cars, and we're more than welcome. Texas is a big state,
Yes.
and our women are needing help.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
That's something that I say, no importa donde quiera que usted esté. Usted puede estar en Baytown, puede estar en Nacogdoches, puede estar en Dallas, donde quiera que usted esté. Si usted está escuchándome y tiene un carro adicional o tiene herramientas, por favor comuníquese, porque hay muchas mujeres que están necesitando su ayuda. El centro de Montgomery de mujeres está lleno de mujeres con necesidad de salir del centro y independizarse. Mientras que usted ayude más, menos esas personas están dependientes del gobierno y de los impuestos suyos. Se hacen libres y automáticamente pueden pagar sus propios impuestos y a usted no le taxean. Repito, I'm going to say this in English.
Yeah.
The more we help those that are in need, the less that they're going to be needing our funding from our government and leave out of the welfare.
Yeah, that's
if they
great.
come out of welfare and if they come out of the necessity, that means they are able to pay their own taxes and
That's
be
right.
independent. That
Yes.
means we don't have to pay further taxes. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. And talk a little bit about all the process that each woman goes through, because it's
Yes.
not just given a vehicle. We take them through life skills seminars,
right.
ministry.
Yeah.
So talk to her about that.
So you guys
That's
do,
important.
besides that, you do ministry too?
Yes.
Oh
that's
my
exactly.
God.
So with God's Garage, we got to have God involved, right?
Exactly.
And so the way it starts is this: we're a Christ-centered, nonprofit, 501c3 organization.
Okay.
So everything is, tax deductible as you give, like you just talked about.
Uh-huh.
But our mission is to single moms, widows, and wives of deployed military. So they receive free cars, and also we do repairs, which we just covered. But in order for the ladies to receive those services, they have to fill out an application online. Once they fill out that application, it goes into our system called EPICS. And in this system starts our vetting process. So we have a team of volunteers that'll vet these ladies to make sure that everything is legit and on the up and up. So we have to make sure, they have a valid driver's license. We have to make sure they're within a 75-mile radius, because that's our area of service.
75 miles. Okay.
75
perfect.
miles. And then we have to make sure that their story is valid. Believe it or not,
There's a lot of
There's a
people.
lot
yeah.
of people who
I
wanna take
always think
advantage.
about one rotten apple damage the rest of
Yes.
them. That's what happens.
so
exactly.
when you say free cars, a lot
it's
of
not
things
that,
happen.
It's not that free. You have to work for it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So with the process, once they get through the vetting process, and it's pretty extensive, and we really check everybody out, and we want to make sure that the most needed receive the cars. Some ladies will apply and they already own a car. They'll have 2 cars, and so they may be in need, but that's not our focal point. We want to visit. We want to help the ladies who do not have a vehicle at all or on their last leg there. And so once we identify them, we invite them to a seminar. So at this seminar, it's an all-day seminar. It's once a month. Once a month on a Saturday. And what we do is we present the gospel, because we're God's Garage. So
Exactly.
we're gonna share the gospel. That's who we are. And then we're gonna talk about life skills. We're gonna have an opportunity for them to tell their stories.
Oh my
We go-
God. You guys are really
Yes.
amazing.
So we talk about single parenting, because you think about it. I mean, growing up, especially if you come from a broken home,
Exactly.
no one's talked to them about how to raise a kid, how to be a single parent. So we talk about these things. We talk about how to handle your finances. We talk about how to dress for interviews, how to prepare a resume. I mean, it's pretty extensive.
Man, Justin, you guys have one whole community center right there. Basically,
Yes.
it's like, that is so amazing. That
Yeah.
is really, really amazing.
It's wonderful. It really is.
Ok, lo que acabo de hablar con el señor Justin, el proceso de que ustedes, si quieren aplicar para un carro, o una mujer quiere aplicar para conseguir un carro, no es que va a recibirlo de una vez, no. Hay que pasar por lo que se llama un vetting. O sea, simplemente llenan la aplicación, se le averigua completamente si la persona está diciendo la verdad en esa aplicación. Cuántos hijos tiene, todo. Estudian, hacen un estudio completo del caso. Me supongo que, do you guys go and visit the person too as well?
We interview them at the seminar.
La persona viene al centro y el centro le hacen la entrevista completa. Y se aseguran que la persona tenga la licencia correcta para poder manejar, que esté limpio el récord, que puedan aplicar para todo. Cuando ya todo esto está limpio y que ellos le van a dar el carro, ellos tienen que tomar unas clases, unos seminarios. ¿Por qué? Porque God's Garage. Estamos hablando de Dios en el garaje. Y si Dios está en el garaje, vamos a enseñarte no solamente a darte algo, sino, como dice mi mamá, tú le das a la gente no el pescado, sino le das la caña para pescar. ¿Me explico?
Sí.
In Spanish is, you give the people, not the fish, but you give them the rod, so they know how to learn how to fish.
Right.
And that's what you're doing.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Ellos lo que están enseñándole a la persona, o a esa señora, o a esa muchacha, es cómo ser completamente independiente. Cómo vestirse para una entrevista, cómo preparar tu resumen, cómo conseguir trabajo, con quién dejar tus hijos, cómo criar a tus hijos, pero todo basado en la escritura de Dios, todo lo que la Biblia habla. Entonces se forma una interrelación entre lo que es God Garage y el cliente. Y sabe que es una persona que va a salir con un carro, pero al mismo tiempo va a salir educada para poder enfrentarse a las cosas de la vida. You're educating them, basically.
Yes.
And that's what I'm telling them. You just prepare them for life.
That's right.
After that.
That's
because
right.
whenever they pass their courses, whenever you give them the car and everything,
Yes.
they're on their own.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. We teach them that. We want them to be independent. I mean, so once we gift them a car, the idea behind gifting them a car is a bridge vehicle, so to speak. And what we're trying to do, we know these cars are old. We make them roadworthy. They're gonna last. But what we're trying to do is give them a gap to fill in for 2 to 3 years. And we believe in 2 to 3 years that'll help them get on their feet if they got a vehicle that's reliable. They can go to work consistently.
Hey,
they can go to doctor's
if they have a
appointments
good job, they can later on trade that car in and go ahead and get a new car.
Exactly, and that's what we want.
That's the way.
That's
hey,
what
I
we
wish
want.
I could have done this. Yeah. I had to work on my life. Because I was telling Lorena and I know Lorena for a long time, and Lorena is an exquisite woman.
Yeah,
Not
she's
only
amazing.
because of her ways, but her manners, everything.
Yes.
Lorena is the role model for all the Hispanic women out there.
Yeah,
Especially in my county, which I love. A lot of Hispanic women, we look up to her.
Yes.
And I'm Hispanic myself. And I said, we think it's us. We have to fight for it. You know what I mean? But we never thought about, somebody had to teach us. We had to learn ourselves of doing this thing. We had a car, we had to manage ourselves, grasp this and that. And then she had 3, had 4, and she had 4, I'm sorry, I have 3 kids. And we had to raise those kids without this blessing.
right.
This woman's right now, they don't know the blessings like God's
Yes.
Garage. If you're in the list and you're receiving a car, ma'am, you better work for it.
That's right.
Because basically, I didn't have the opportunity. Lorena didn't have. There's a lot of women that we had to buy our own cars. Okay, and we were single moms, and we struggled as well as you did. But the thing is, I keep telling all my people, education is the key for
Yeah.
this. Not only educating, like you said, by the word of the, books, but by the word of God.
That's right. Absolutely.
So your pastor, is he involved with those education process and stuff like that at this point?
So right now it's run by volunteers.
Okay.
And actually we have some board members that come on Saturday. And so we have teachers. One of the beautiful things about God's Garage is that we're not associated with one particular church. We're a standalone ministry.
Exactly.
And so we get help from Assemblies of God, from the Catholic Church, from the Baptist Church, from the Methodist Church. So we have all of this sort of melting pot, so to speak, of different churches that come together under one common good. We're going to, lift the name of the Lord up, and then we're going to work hard and bless these ladies and help them the best that we can. And so we have teachers from all these different backgrounds that come on that Saturday and present. So it's awesome. It really is. It's amazing. And Lorena is a huge part of what we do. I'm grateful that she's on our team and she's on our side. I wouldn't want to be on the bad side of Miss Lorena.
I make things happen.
She makes things happen.
Well, Lorena, yeah, she's a miracle worker, I can tell you that. Lo que yo he aprendido y lo que estamos viendo es que ellos preparan, tienen bastantes voluntarios que son profesores, van y dan las clases y preparan a estas mujeres durante un tiempo X o B, puede ser 6 meses, un mes, los meses que ellos requieran que esa persona vaya a los entrenamientos. ¿Por qué? Porque están preparándolas, como dije, para un futuro. Ellas apenas reciben el carro y ya reciben el carro y salen de haber estudiado, de haber conocido la palabra de Dios, de haber conocido que pueden ser mejores, tienen una autoestima un poquito más alta, am I right? So their self-esteem goes up.
That's right.
Y entonces ellas pueden pelear contra el mundo y criar a sus chiquitos, porque muchas son mujeres con niños. I saw the story of a lady that had cancer. I saw the story of a lady that didn't have anything. She lost Olinda, I think her name is. She lost her house through fire and her house through the hurricane. She lost it twice.
Yes.
And those are stories that you know, wow, you know, she's resilient.
Yes.
That's what we Texas women, we are resilient. We're strong. We don't let ourselves beat up, especially the ones that are born here now.
Yes.
The ones that we came a little bit late.
We're not victims.
We're not victims anymore.
You know, that, I mean, saying that says a lot, because in those seminars, you have a room full of ladies, anywhere from 15 to 30 ladies at one time.
Wow.
And they get to hear each other's stories. And then all of a sudden they realize, hold on, that I'm not the only one going through that. I'm not the only one struggling in this area. And they get to see other ladies who are battling the same thing. And like you were saying, the self-esteem goes up, because now they realize, hey, I've got friends, I've got people here that I'm meeting that have gone through some of these same things, and they're making it. And so why can't I? And so it becomes a family and a team, and these ladies stay, you know, connected.
Very close connected.
They do, and so
And
they
they
help
each
out.
other.
Yes,
like
they do.
they babysit for each other. By the time, you know, they get their numbers, and
right.
they become friends.
Yeah.
And they realize they're not
so
alone.
That's right.
Amazing. Ellas, al poderse encontrar en esta necesidad y que Go Garage las ayuda a tener un poquito de autoestima, las ayuda a unirse como grupo, conocer nuevas historias. Es cuando usted se sienta en un lugar y usted escucha a otra persona y usted dice, wow, no soy la única persona que tuvo problemas. Y hay personas que han tenido peores historias. Yo vi la historia de Olinda, que está en el website, y ella se le quemó la casa y se le inundó la casa con Harvey. Ella perdió 2 casas, teniendo un niño con necesidades especiales y 2 niños, una niña de 3 y otro niño pequeñito. Y ella pudo venir a Ghost Garage y prepararse y salir adelante. Y ella está trabajando en la comunidad. Y dijo, cuando me gradué, yo regreso a Ghost Garage para poder ayudar. Porque la gratitud es regresar y dar de lo que tú recibiste. Eso se llama gratitud. Cuando tenemos gratitud, aprendemos a trabajar duro, a decir, yo voy a salir de esto y voy a ayudar, pasar la mano a otra persona que esté en el suelo. Es levantarse de ese suelo, no empujar a la persona, levantarla, pero levantarla para que ayude y aprenda, para que se independice y para que siga adelante. Ese es el trabajo de Lorena. Lorena lo está haciendo no solamente con la ciudad, porque trabaja como Montgomery County. Como anteriormente en el show que tuve con ella habló sobre su vida y ustedes la conocieron. Ahora ella está trabajando con Ghost Garage también, porque ella cree que el ayudar a otras mujeres y darle un poquito de la historia de ella a ellas las hace sentirse que son mujeres, hijas de Dios, válidas ante los ojos del Señor, y que esta no es una organización de que tiene que ser usted de cualquier nominación, puede ser católico, puede ser judío, donde sea, no le importa, estamos hablando del mismo Dios. Ellos van a ayudarla a usted y a las personas que ustedes manden a crecer como persona, para que la comunidad crezca. The other thing I was going to tell you, I was looking at your schedules, and I wanted you to guys let me know. There's a schedule for the feeding of the whole group. Is once a week or once a month?
No,
Explain.
it's once a week.
So once a week.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's called the food train is what it
The
is.
food train, exactly.
It's on Wednesdays.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, and we can sign up and say, hey.
How many people are going to be working that day? And then you tell them, you know, I'm feeding 50,
That's
I'm feeding 20, whatever it is
That's-
that is there
and
that day.
typically it's around 30 people
30.
on Wednesdays.
En Wednesday.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
perfect.
it's awesome.
Hay lo que le llaman el tren de Ghost Garage. Ese tren se encarga de que todos los mecánicos, auxiliares de mecánica, las secretarias, los que están trabajando, los alimentan una vez a la semana como gratitud. Si usted puede hacer pupusas, tortillas, tamales, señores, métanse, donen comida. ¿Por qué? Porque están ayudando a las más necesitadas, a las mujeres con violencia doméstica, las mujeres que salen corriendo con sus niños. Pónganse los zapatos de esas mujeres ustedes y vean cómo se siente. Cómo ser madre soltera. Ser madre soltera no es fácil. Y sobre todo en este tiempo. Entonces, si usted dice, ¿sabe qué? No tengo con qué dar, pero puedo agarrar y regalar 300 tamales. Usted no tiene idea las bocas que está usted alimentando una vez a la semana, los miércoles. Con eso puede donar. No pedimos oro, pero pedimos apoyo. Siempre he dicho que todo vale en la unión cuando queremos trabajar por el bienestar del ser humano, el servicio, el dar. Eso es lo que cuenta. Justin, is there anything that you want us to let know to the Hispanic community that is a priority for Good Garage right now?
We just want them to get involved. I mean, volunteering is a huge part. We need volunteers. Like you said, we need food too on Wednesdays. That's always good. It's a great way to serve. It's a great way to get your foot in the door and see what's going on. We give tours if people want to come out and just, find out what we're about, what they can and can't do, how they can volunteer. Come on out, visit us. I mean, we need it. We need help. And this is a great opportunity for us. And Lorena, if you want to add anything to that.
Don't think that you can't volunteer just because you don't know how to work on cars.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. We take anything from being in the office, answering phones,
Yes.
cleaning.
Yes.
Picking up. I'm going to tell you a short story. My father is going to be hearing this. My father, when he was 5 years old, he used to go to a garage and pick up the little nuts and bolts and whatever that you guys are dropping because to restock them because they can use them like that.
That's
and the
right.
gentleman paid him 10 cents an hour, 10 cents an hour in that time. Well, my dad is 90 years old. So you can imagine, no shoes until he was 7 years old. And that's what he used to do.
Yeah.
So if anybody can do as a 5-year-old, go in and clean, we can all do a piece of ourselves and
That's
help
right.
people, because this is for a common cause.
That's right.
Si no tienen nada que hacer, voluntarense. Realmente porque Good Garage necesita voluntarios. Si usted sabe de muchachos que están en problemas, en vez de estar en gangas y todo, hable con Good Garage para que se metan a arreglar carros, para que limpien y aprendan un skill que es mecánica y puedan salir de problemas. Y al mismo tiempo usted aprende lo ayuda para que le arregle su carro cuando tiene dañado, si tiene un hijo, como hizo Lorena. Lorena llevó a su hijo porque los hijos de Lorena, ella quería que aprendieran. Pero usted si tiene problemas con su hijo, hable con ellos. A lo mejor le ayudan al muchacho y el muchacho le ayudan a incentivarse a aprender una carrera. Porque la mecánica es una carrera. Y al mismo tiempo el muchacho se da cuenta de la necesidad de las personas alrededor y comienza a voluntariarse así. And I'm saying to those kids that are there, that are doing wrong things. If you have issues with your kids, not to leave them to you, but basically take them so they can learn a new skill, because mechanic is a skill.
Yes.
And they can go to school for that.
Absolutely.
And you don't ever know. Those kids are having, and probably they will like going and seeing how you guys work on the cars, and they will learn, and it will make a skill. And
And it's a ministry at the same time.
Exactly.
They learn about God.
Es un ministerio, imagínense, ellos le hablan de Dios cuando están trabajando en los carros. Están hablando de Dios, de la palabra, de cómo ser mejores hombres y mujeres, cómo salir adelante. Entonces, estos son los tipos de corporaciones fuera de lucro que están sacrificándose para darle a la comunidad. Vamos a darle una mano a Good Garage. Vamos a ayudarlos. Vamos a saber incentivar todo lo que ellos vienen, porque vienen con el nombre de Dios para la comunidad. Ellos están aquí en Conroe y créanme que ahorita dicen 40. El otro año van a hacer 150 carros y van a seguir creciendo. ¿Por qué? Porque la comunidad de Conroe, de Montgomery, es agradecida. Y yo espero que ustedes lo sean. Thank you, Justin. I don't know how to fix a car, but I can give my testimony whenever you guys need it to anybody of those women. I'm able to train. You need my Spanish, I'm here. And I like to cook, so I can bring a big pot of food for you guys once in a while.
We'll take you up on that.
Thank you, Lorena, for having you again in my show. You know you're welcome anytime. It was a pleasure having you. Gracias por tenerlos a ustedes con nosotros nuevamente en Voces en Acción. Espero que les haya servido de aprendizaje de que hay corporaciones que están trabajando para la comunidad. Nuestro próximo show tendremos más aventuras de las que les puedo tener próximamente y vamos a ver el show de 4 de julio y un montón de shows que vienen de ahora en adelante, pero por favor asegúrense de apoyarnos, de dar donaciones, de dar like en las páginas, de pasar la palabra de que Voces en Acción está trabajando con God's Garage, está trabajando con Montgomery County Women, está trabajando con todas las organizaciones que vamos a un solo centro, que es ayudar a la comunidad a unirse y a crecer. Que pase buenas tardes. Thank you so much for listening to Voces in Action one more time. It was a pleasure being with you guys today, and thank you for being with us with God Garage. I'm here. Voces in Action is to help and unite Voces in Action with God Garage, Montgomery County Women, and every single organization that is there to unify our community. Have a good day. Bye-bye.